Her fingers brushed mine for a second, then the passport was gone, into my sister's manicured hand. "She deserves the world," Mom said. "You're just dead weight." Dad smirked like cruelty was a family tradition. "Let the useless one stay behind. She deserves nothing." I didn't argue, I didn't cry. I only closed my hand over the empty air where my future had just been. They thought I was powerless. They were wrong. 2 months earlier, I had been the planner, the one who booked the tickets, checked the exchange rates, mapped the itinerary. When my sister posted family trip on her Instagram story, she got the likes. When Dad talked about how she deserved a break, Mom nodded. I noticed the way they said she and not we. It wasn't the first time. She was the golden child, pretty, charming, unemployed, but in their eyes, that was because she hasn't found her calling yet. Meanwhile, I worked double shifts and paid the utility bills. No one noticed. Then I overheard it. Mom on the phone with Aunt Lina. "She doesn't need to go, she'll just drag us down. The trip will be better without her." A pause. "Yes, I'll take her passport when she's not looking." Something in me shifted that day. Not rage, not despair, just calculation. I started small. First, I handled the booking accounts, changed the airline passwords, printed the travel insurance documents in my name only. No one noticed. They never asked questions if I was the one handling boring details. Then I applied for a travel rewards credit card, in Dad's name. I had his ID from the time he told me to just pay the bills online for me. I routed all the bonuses to a private account they didn't know existed. I also made copies of their passports, high-quality scans. My sister's too. 3 days before the flight, I accidentally left the group itinerary open on my laptop, where my sister could see. She took screenshots, like she was stealing something from me. Perfect. While they slept, I logged in and altered the bookings. Same flight number, same times, except their tickets were now for a week later. Mine stayed for the original date. I also flagged their accounts for identity verification with the airline. That would require them to present original documentation in person at the ticket desk. And of course, I made sure they wouldn't have those originals. Back to the airport. I stood at the gate, my carry-on beside me. Mom and Dad were at the check-in counter with my sister, confident, smug. Then the airline agent frowned. Typed again. "I'm sorry," she said, "but these tickets aren't valid for today's flight." "What?" Dad's voice rose. Mom leaned in, furious. The agent explained. Dates didn't match. Also, their passports? That was when they realized they didn't have them. I had slipped them out of Mom's handbag an hour earlier during the taxi ride. She didn't notice. She was too busy berating me about being grateful for letting my sister take my place. I watched the panic bloom in their faces. Watched my sister's mascara smudge as her voice went sharp. "Fix it, Dad! Fix it!" They couldn't. Security was calling final boarding for my flight. I stepped forward, passport in hand. My passport. Mom turned, eyes wide. You had it all along?" "I earned it," I said. Calm, cold. Dad tried to grab my arm. "You can't leave." I looked him in the eye. "You're right. I can't leave you. But you're staying." The agent scanned my boarding pass. The beep was the sweetest sound I'd ever heard. Somewhere over the ocean, my phone buzzed. 20 missed calls from Mom, 32 from Dad, 44 from my sister. The voicemails were chaos, yelling, bargaining, sobbing. I smiled. I turned on airplane mode. 1 week later, I posted a photo from a white sand beach. Caption, "Dead weight can float just fine without you." Their trip? Canceled. Too many security complications after the passport fiasco. Their travel funds had also mysteriously disappeared into fraudulent charges they now had to dispute. Meanwhile, my own travel account was full. They taught me my worth by trying to take it away. I taught them what happens when you mistake silence for weakness. I didn't steal their trip, I just reclaimed mine. And standing under that sun, miles away from them, I realized justice doesn't always come in courtrooms. Sometimes it comes at the boarding gate.